Hello, I'm Martin McConnell, the Public Information Officer for Ascension Parish Government, and I'm here to tell you about a very special program that's being rolled out by the state of Louisiana, or through the state of Louisiana rather, and this may come of some great interest to many of you who are watching today because it involves commuting and traveling together and saving time on the highways and saving money and saving gas and saving aggravation when you're commuting to and from work. And it's a new organization called the Commuter Krewe of Louisiana. And joining us today, we have Mr. Emmanuel Andrews. Emmanuel Andrews is the outreach coordinator for Commuter Krewe of Louisiana. Emmanuel, welcome to Ascension Parish.
Thanks,
and tell us about Commuter Krewe.
Sure. Thanks for having me, by the way. So the Commuter Krewe of Louisiana, it's a collaborative between DOTD and the Capital Region Plan Commission. And it basically came about because, unless you work at night, you're going to be affected by traffic. And even right now, some road work may be conducted at night. So all of us are impacted by traffic. All of us have to sit in it. All of us have to go pick up our kids in it, go to work in it. Whatever we have to do, we're sitting in a good bit of traffic. And with the road work that's, set to start.
Gosh, right now we are looking at improvements to Interstate 10 between Highway 73 and Highland Road to and from Baton Rouge, and a lot of our residents use Interstate 10, and that's going to be going on for a couple of years.
It sure will, and although all this work is necessary, because the capital area is, it's definitely grown a whole lot. It's going to cause some headaches, and this is a program that's just brought about to try to relieve some of that. A lot of large metropolitan areas have a large carpooling or van pooling or teleworking options for the
When we travel, I've often gone to big cities, and you always see that designated lane on the interstate there.
Exactly. There's a hot lane or HOV lane or something like that, and they use it. And there's some incentive, obviously, because if you can have the opportunity to just ride with someone else and take advantage of that lane, you'll see that you may be able to cut 10 to 15% of your time, just by using that.
And we don't have enough lanes to designate one for high occupancy vehicles.
Not yet, but there are some other things that we can do, and that's where the Commuter Krewe
of Louisiana comes in.
So we work with organizations, employers to try to encourage the employees to consider carpooling. We do have a van pooling study that's going on now, so we hope to have that roll out pretty soon. But what we do is we have a software that automatically pairs you with individuals that are going the same direction as you at the same time. So you don't have to look over at the cubicle and say, hey, are you going to this destination at this time? And that person says, well, I do, but it's an hour and a half later. So that's an inconvenience for me. Or, yes, we're going at the same time, but I'm coming from a different direction. Our software only pairs you up with individuals that are going the same direction at the same time. So, and it takes all the guesswork out of it. You enter in your point of origin, your destination, your work schedule, and it automatically links you up with other individuals that are also in the system and who are also looking to start a carpool.
All right. You and I talked about who would benefit from this sort of a program. Me personally, as we said, I wouldn't particularly benefit because my hours are not set by any means. Sometimes I work very late, sometimes I don't, and I'm in my vehicle all day long traveling from here to there. But if you have a department, say for instance, our finance department here, we have people who show up at opening time and they leave at quitting time every day. And otherwise they're in the office all day long. So someone like that would benefit.
Exactly. We have state departments that are part of it, some of the call centers where their employees could have a fixed schedule.
And state departments working downtown.
Right.
The traffic is heavy, parking is at a premium.
And everyone leaves, they come at the same time and they leave at the same time. And however block radius it is, and they all congregate at the garages and they sit in the lane to wait for their turn to go through. We can work with organizations to come up with a plan to stagger their work schedule to where you have these many floors, they come at 8 o'clock, these come at 8:15, these at 8:30, and then they also stagger when they leave as well. So that's other options that we can help with their staff.
And you and I also talked, I think, at the meeting when I was introduced to this program.
Exactly.
We also had someone from River Parish's community college, and I know you're going to be going over there talking to them later, and
Yep.
they might be an ideal candidate, students there, staff there, faculty there.
Exactly. We actually engaged with them during the closure of the Sunshine Bridge.
When the Sunshine Bridge was
'cause
closed.
they service not just folks on this side, but they service students.
And
that
they
are on the
have
other side.
campuses here, they have campuses in Plaquemine,
Exactly.
they on both sides of the
Exactly.
river.
And they had to make some accommodations for all those folks to make sure that, yes, you can arrive at this time. It's much later, and your class may get out later, but we still want to accommodate you and have you take this class. There were a lot of other companies and organizations whose employees were impacted by the bridge closure, and we can serve as that emergency service to help those employees in the case of another closure or whatnot, God forbid, that, hey, how about we use this service so that our employees could definitely still be able to get to work, but without the headache. And of course, there were a lot of folks whose, it was at the wrong point of the year, near Christmas, they're spending much more money on gasoline just to get around. So it would have been great to have had folks know about the service and then they'd utilize it so that they could carpool and save some money.
Okay, so let's look at some for instances here. I've signed up. I'm carpooling. It's the other person's turn to drive. So I have been brought to work by somebody else, and then I get a call in the middle of the day from the school that says your child is sick. You've got to come and pick up your child right away. What do I do?
It sounds like, well, that could be a hiccup for the program, but what we actually do is we will compensate you up to $100 one way 4 times a year for that. So you can call Uber, you can arrange a Lyft to come pick you up, you can even call taxi, but you don't have to call us before all that. That will be obviously hindering progress for you to get home. We want folks to not feel that they're stuck out just because they decided to carpool. So yes, we will reimburse individuals up.
I can call Uber or Lyft or a taxi or one of these services.
You decide. And then you get with us the next day, say, hey, this is what happened, and we will work on the reimbursement.
So I just pay for it and you pay me back.
We'll pay you back.
That's nice. Up to 4 times a year.
Up to 4 times a year, $100, per direction, one way. So.
Oh, that's a nice service.
Yeah, you can get a good distance on $100.
So this is sounding good. How do we sign up? How do people get involved in this?
So they can go to www.commuterkrewe, which will be listed on the site, but crew is spelled with a K.
Just like the Mardi Gras.
Just like Mardi Gras, we have to keep it,
So Commuter, Krewe.
.LA. Yes. And all throughout the year we have campaigns. I mean, we gave away a one-night stay at Hotel Indigo in September. We gave away a $100 gift card to our friends over at Walk-Ons. So we're always trying to incentivize folks utilizing greener commuting options.
So if you as an individual sign up for Commuter Krewe, you're entered for any of these prizes.
Yes.
And if your company or your organization signs up a certain number of people, then the company is eligible
right.
for these.
We like to acknowledge organizations that are really pushing greener options for their employees, that are trying to make their employees' commutes a little bit easier for them. That company may not be able to help improve with wages at the time, but if they can save some money for their employees, then that can go a long way. So we're very excited about the program. We're very excited about a lot of the organizations that have reached out to us. And if folks want to, it's easy to sign up. It's free. There's no cost to do it.
Well, that was going to be a question.
What does it absolutely cost? No cost, and we just ask folks to just use the service. We typically reward folks for miles that they've been able to save. So we want to see folks actually use the service.
Okay, so walk me through the the sign up process? I need a computer,
Mm-hmm.
so either I do.
Or on your cell or mobile device. You can do it.
You
on
can
there
also
as
do it
well.
on the mobile
Yes,
device.
yes,
So I would
yes.
go to commuterkrewe.la.
Commuterkrewe.la. Then you enter in your name and email address. You get a confirmation email, which will then prompt you to set up a password. Then you go in and build your profile, which would include your point of origin and your destination, which none of that information is shared. All right. Then you can establish whether you want to be reached to via text or email, and then you wait. Or you can go in and find a ride, and if there are individuals that are already in the system that have been looking for rides and or coming or at least going in similar directions as you, then you'll be able to reach out to them. So if they've designated, hey, reach me via text, you can already just go down and connect through our system via text to them. Email through the system. And you won't see their phone number, you won't see their email. There's just a button on our site that makes it easy for folks to reach out to.
Okay, well, and I hate to even ask this question, but in this day and age, you always have to take your precautions. But I assume
HIPAA compliant.
We're
yes.
hooking up with people essentially that we don't know. These are
Right.
strangers
Right.
that. So is there some sort of a screening? Well, there's a certain amount of privacy, so that you're not just giving out your address saying I need a ride.
Exactly.
I mean, is there screening?
Well, we don't screen individuals like, I mean, you don't screen, who your Uber driver or your Lyft driver is going to be. But that's why we encourage employers to work with us so that their employees can connect together. Because you're much more likely to buy into a program if, hey, this is not a different person every week. I can connect with the individual that works maybe 2 floors up that I didn't know, but now I know they're in the same building and we're in the same system, so we can connect and save some money together.
All right. So, Emmanuel, if companies out there, organizations out there, groups out there, if they want more information, you're the guy, and how do they get in touch with you? You have a telephone number?
Yes, well, they can reach us at 344-RIDE.
That's area code 225.
Yes, area code 225, so 344-RIDE. And they can also email us at info@commuterkrewe.la.
So if anybody's organization wants more information, you're available to speak to them,
Exactly.
to give them specifics about
Exactly.
it, to talk about all of the
I can come on site, walk them through the process. We can do lunch and learns at their work site for their employees, instruct them on how to best get everything out of the system that they can, best utilize it. We even walk them through setting up a profile for some individuals. But yeah, it's really easy to use and it's really easy to work with us, and we service the 5 parish areas. So anyone in Iberville, Ascension, Livingston, EBR, we're working with everyone.
So this is in what we call the capital region.
Yes.
It's East Baton Rouge Parish and those parishes surrounding East Baton Rouge.
And we, to go a little bit further, we service anyone that works in those 5 parishes. So you could have individuals that work in Ascension, but they live in another parish. They can live in Orleans Parish. They can live in Tangipahoa Parish. If they impact traffic here, then we can work with them.
Oh, that's okay. That's very, very nice to know. It's not necessarily living in the capital region. It's commuting to the capital region.
They affect your
traffic.
traffic.
They're impacting traffic.
Exactly.
Okay. Because, I mean, look, here in Ascension Parish, we have a lot of the industry along the river, and the best way to get in is they come, from the Florida parishes, they'll come down 431, which becomes Highway 30.
Right.
And there goes. So people are coming from lots of different parishes into Ascension. So they are eligible as well.
Yes, routinely we hear from individuals that are coming from Lafayette, and they're spending $400 or $500 per month just to commute here. So we want to help them. We've been able to connect individuals that live in Lafayette that come here. We've been able to connect them with other individuals that are coming from Lafayette so that they can save some money. And they save a ton.
So you've already got some success stories. You're up and running, and you've got success stories under your belt.
Exactly, and we're looking for other partnerships as well. So, and partnerships We just want to work with your organization. That's it.
Oh, that's kind of a
traffic
win-win.
is here. Traffic is here. Road projects are starting, and others are on the rise. So things are going to get a little tough for us, but we can meet it, ahead of time and just start looking at different ways to get around. So this is what this is.
It's a no-cost program that will pair you up with someone or some persons who are traveling to the same place at the same time as you.
Exactly. You can save a lot of money. You can save a lot of time. If you're a person that likes to peruse social media while on the road, hopefully you don't. It can wait. It can wait.
Put the phone down.
Put it down. Put it down. You can, save a lot of time and money and do things that you wouldn't think you would be able to do. You may be able to sleep if you have someone driving and you get home refreshed. Maybe you can get out there and do that workout that you've been wanting to do.
I've seen ladies putting on makeup while sitting in traffic.
While drinking coffee.
I saw a guy once with a portable electric razor actually shaving in the car one day.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we do, and you wonder how many hands does this person have.
Right. They're driving with their knees.
None of that is safe. We don't, advise any of that. We do advise that you have someone drive for you.
So this is a good, safe, affordable, or free alternative. For getting to and from work every day.
And it saves you a lot of time because we spend a lot of time just sitting in the car. So may as well save some money while you're at it.
And maybe meet some great new people along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Form some new friendships, some new bonds, whatever.
That's it.
Well, Emmanuel, that's a really great program. I hope that it becomes even more successful than it already is.
Hey, we're afraid that it will. We're afraid that it will. So it's a
good problem to have.
It is a great problem to have. A great problem to have. So we're excited. We're thankful that you all have this program where we can talk about it. And we're great to have Ascension Parish on board. So.
And one more time, the email, the
website. The website is commuterkrewe.la. So
and the telephone number is
225-344-RIDE.
RIDE.
RIDE.
Okay,
yes.
And that's where everyone can get all of that information, and I really think it did. What did I forget? I mean, I had so much.
We touched on everything. I think we got everything.
Yeah.
All the great points, and we're excited. We're excited about it.
Well, the enthusiasm was there at that preliminary meeting that I went to. The enthusiasm was there, and the genuine desire to help and make things better. And I think the rule of thumb right now is a new road costs $1 million a mile, and this is a lot cheaper than $1 million a mile.
Way cheaper.
Way cheaper. So Emmanuel Andrews with the Commuter Krewe of Louisiana, which is a joint venture. You're funded completely by DOTD.
DOTD and managed by Capital Region Planning Commission.
Capital Region Planning Commission. And so if you're driving in or around the Capital Region, the East Baton Rouge Parish, Ascension Parish, all the surrounding parishes, this may be a wonderful opportunity for you to save some time, save some money, get to work more efficiently, lose that aggravation.
It can be rough. It can be rough. Don't clench the steering wheel too tightly.
No more white knuckles.
Oh man. Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Emmanuel Andrews, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us as we present more information about the great things that are available to you in Ascension Parish. And if you want to learn more, all of the information is there, and we will certainly put a link on the Ascension Parish website, ascensionparish.net. So thank you for joining us. Thanks, Emmanuel Andrews, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And best of luck and happy commuting.